Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 milliamp hour power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Have you ever walked into a room and felt like everyone around you was speaking on a different level? Like they're discussing topics that are way beyond your pay grade, but you can't quite put your finger on what it is? Well, the plot leak has got the scoop for you. We're diving into the often overlooked signs of high intelligence. Now, when we think of genius, we usually picture someone being a certified brainiac with a calculator and a love for complex math. But what about those people who seem to effortlessly navigate conversations that would stump even the most well-read among us? The plot leak has uncovered 15 non-obvious signs that indicate someone is really intelligent. First off, let's talk about their listening skills. People who are super intelligent often have an uncanny ability to listen more than they speak. It's not because they're shy or introverted. It's just that they've honed their observation skills to pick up on subtle cues and patterns that others might miss. Take Elon Musk, for instance. When he's talking about something he's passionate about, like space exploration, you can bet your bottom dollar he's listening intently to every word being said around him. That's because high intelligence isn't just about what's going on in their head. It's also about how they perceive and respond to the world around them. Another key trait of intelligent folks is their ability to ask thoughtful questions. You know, the kind that make you go, I never thought of it that way. These aren't just random queries, they're carefully crafted to challenge assumptions and spark new ideas. The plot leak spoke with Dr. Carol Dweck, a renowned psychologist who spent years studying intelligence. According to her, people with high fluid intelligence, that's the fancy talk for smart, tend to ask more questions because they're driven by curiosity rather than a desire to prove themselves. Now, let's move on to their problem-solving skills. Intelligent individuals often have a unique approach to tackling complex problems. They might not be the first ones to come up with an idea, but when you give them time and space to think, watch out, they'll turn out some of the most innovative solutions you've ever seen. Take Steve Jobs, for instance. When he was designing the original Macintosh computer, people thought he was crazy for going against conventional wisdom. But Jobs knew that sometimes the best way to solve a problem is to question everything and challenge the status quo. Another fascinating trait of intelligent folks is their ability to learn multiple languages. Now, it's not just about being able to read a phrase in Spanish or French. It's about understanding the underlying structures and patterns that govern language. The plot leak discovered an interesting study on polyglots, people who speak multiple languages with native-like fluency. According to the researchers, these individuals tend to have a more developed auditory cortex, which allows them to pick up on subtle phonetic differences between languages. Moving on, let's talk about their creativity. Intelligent people often have an incredible ability to think outside the box and come up with novel solutions to problems. They might be seen as idea generators, rather than just experts in a particular field. Take Thomas Edison, for instance. When he was working on the light bulb, he experimented with over 1,000 different filaments before finally finding one that worked. That's not just persistence, it's creative problem-solving at its finest. Now, let's get to their sense of humor. Intelligent folks often have a wicked sense of humor that can be both ironic and dry. They might use humor to deflect attention or make pointed comments about complex topics. The plot leak found an interesting study on the cognitive benefits of humor. According to the researchers, laughing and joking with others can actually improve your memory and concentration. Another sign of high intelligence is their ability to recognize patterns in data. Intelligent people often have a keen eye for spotting trends and anomalies that others might miss. Take Andrew Ng, a renowned AI expert who's worked on some of Google's most ambitious projects. When he's analyzing data, you can bet your bottom dollar he's looking for patterns and correlations that others might overlook. Moving right along, let's talk about their ability to recognize biases in information. Intelligent folks often have an intuitive sense of when someone is trying to manipulate or mislead them. The plot leak spoke with Dr. Jonathan Haidt, a social psychologist who's written extensively on the topic of cognitive biases. According to him, people with high intelligence tend to be more aware of their own biases and actively work to overcome them. Now, let's get to their ability to empathize with others. Intelligent individuals often have a deep understanding of human emotions and behavior. They might be seen as emotional intelligence experts rather than just book smart. Take Barack Obama, for instance. When he was running for president, people were amazed by his ability to connect with ordinary Americans from all walks of life. That's not just charisma, it's a deep understanding of human emotions and behavior. Next up is their ability to recognize the nuances of social cues. Intelligent folks often have an uncanny ability to pick up on subtle nonverbal signals that others might miss. The plot leak discovered an interesting study on the role of cognitive empathy in relationships. According to the researchers, people with high intelligence tend to be more empathetic because they're better able to put themselves in other people's shoes. Now, let's talk about their ability to learn from failure. Intelligent individuals often have a healthy attitude towards mistakes and setbacks. They might not be afraid to take risks or try new things, even if it means failing. Take Elon Musk again. This time, we're talking about his many attempts to revolutionize the electric car industry. He's had his fair share of failures, but he never gives up. That's because high intelligence isn't just about being smart, it's also about being resilient and adaptable. Finally, let's talk about their ability to think strategically. Intelligent folks often have a long-term perspective that allows them to make decisions that might not pay off in the short term, but will surely benefit them in the end. The plot leak spoke with Dr. Howard Gardner, a renowned psychologist who's developed the theory of multiple intelligences. According to him, people with high intelligence tend to be able to think strategically because they're able to see the big picture and make connections between seemingly unrelated ideas. And there you have it, 15 non-obvious signs that indicate someone is really intelligent. The plot leak hopes this list has been informative and enlightening for our viewers. Remember, intelligence is not just about being book smart. It's also about how we perceive the world and interact with others.